35-17, I felt like we were in trouble there. But we kept playing. You know, it starts with me. I have to do a much better job of coaching, put these guys in better positions to make plays on both sides of the ball and on special teams. And you know, we got a bunch of resilient kids in that room. Didn't play well, didn't coach well, and we got a long way to go. But we'll get back to work on Monday. You know, we'll get back to work.
You look like you tried to commit to the run early in the first half, and these guys have been run on quite a bit. Do you think you have the offensive line firepower to do what you want to do?
Yeah, I do, Dave. I don't know. I think we gotta scheme up some better runs. You know, we gotta be more diverse in the running game. It starts with coaching. It starts with me. We gotta do a better job there, and we gotta figure it out. We gotta look at the tape tonight, tomorrow, and figure out what we can do better as a coaching staff, and put these guys in better positions to run the ball, to pass the ball, to run routes, to make plays on defense, do all those things. Starts with me, coaching.
Bill, your field goal kicking has been so kind of steady throughout the year. Do you get a sense for what went wrong on a couple of those plays?
Well, I think one was a bad snap, Mark, and then one was a bad snap, and then one was a low kick. You know, one they called timeout, we called timeout. You know, it was kind of a, probably Sam got a little bit out of his rhythm. You know, so just again, we can coach it better, figure it out better for the kids, and put them in better positions to be able to make those kicks.
Bill, how can you gauge the execution of the team? There were a lot of penalties, it seemed like. Was that something that practices go well leading up to this game and that sort of thing?
Yeah, I felt like they did. You know, we jumped off sides. You know, it's got to do a better job with me. Starts with me again of coaching the quarterback and making sure that he's using the proper cadence. And you know, it's a long season, Rich. You know, there's a lot of games left. 7 games left. You know, these kids have been through a lot. I just told them in the locker room. I said, you know, this is a tough day. You know, it's a tough day. Come here and lose, and give Indiana a lot of credit. They played much better than us. They coach way better than us. And give them a lot of credit. It's a tough day. So, you know, what are we going to do? You know, we've got to go back to work. There's no other choice but to go back to work and figure out what we can do better for our players.
No, could you just tell us what you were thinking? 4th and 2 on your own 33, was that a go from the time you went down, or what was the thought process?
The score there at that time was
35.
Was that?
35?
Yeah, I mean, it was 35-17, I think, at that point. I felt like we needed a touchdown. We had to try to make something happen. I was trying to manufacture a little bit of momentum there, and it didn't work out, you know. So, but again, you know, we got to go back and figure it out and try to coach these guys better. You know, like I said from day one, it starts with me. I'm the head football coach, and you know, I know I can do a better job, and we'll try to do that and start tomorrow.
I think we always interpreted that you had an emotional reserve on the team last year because of circumstances. That it was you guys against the world, and now that's gone this year. Is that a factor in that?
Well, I don't think it's gone, Dave. I think when you look at this football team, we have 61 kids on scholarship, 40 walk-ons. We can't go to a bowl, can't play for a championship. It's not an excuse, but we have a lot of resilient kids here. They show up to practice every day. They practice hard. So I think that reserve is still there. I mean, we lost to a team that played very well today. We didn't coach well, and you know, our kids, because of that, didn't play very well. So, you know, I think there's a lot of resilient kids on this team, and there's still a hard-working attitude here at Penn State. I don't think, you know, in any stretch of anybody's imagination that this is a normal Penn State team. 61 kids on scholarship and 40 walk-ons. I mean, but you know what? These kids are practicing hard. We got to coach them better. We got to put them in better positions. We got good players. That's what we're going to try to do starting tomorrow.
Bill, the play around Robinson in the end zone where he ends up getting hurt and is close to being touched.
Right.
Do you get a sense that might have been an emotional turning point for your team to see him down on the field for so long?
Yeah, I don't know, Corey. I guess I'd have to think about that a little bit more. I didn't think so. I mean, I think our guys kept battling there. I mean, we scored a touchdown on a touchdown drive after that on a 2-minute type drive. And, you know, so I think our guys kept battling. You know, that's tough. You lose your best player, obviously. He slammed his back on the ground. You know, he came back and tried to play, and then we kind of held him out of there. You know, he's our guy. He's a playmaker, and you know that's tough. But I don't think that really. I think Indiana took the wind out of our sails by playing and coaching better.
Bill, just your thoughts on Christian's day. He made some very good throws, maybe some not so good throws. Took a shot from number 4, hung in there for that touchdown throw to Belton later. Is that just the product of him being 18, would you say, or do you think he could play better?
Oh, I think we could always, all of us wish we had plays back, especially me, again, starting with me. I wish I had some play calls back. I think I just think he's a great kid. He's 18, Bob, and I think when you're 18, I think it's hard. Everything that he's seeing for the first time, and I think that's tough. And again, he and I are close, and I'm trying to put him in positions where he can make plays. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like he's out there on his own. There's not too much I can do for him. He's got to do it. He's got to learn. And he made some great plays today. He really did. When you look at some of the plays, and I know we're going to see that when we go back and watch that on tape, but at the same time, he's going to know, next time I can't do that. I can't try to make that throw. I got to get rid of the ball a little bit sooner there and things like that. So, I think he'll learn. But everything is new to him. Every game is a new game.
Though you kept Stephen Obeng in the starting lineup, maybe you had a Boardman. Is that a product of who the type of offense you're playing? A lot of short passes to have that extra former safety out there.
No, Derek, I think it was more. He was. Naeem's been banged up in practice with a shoulder, and kind of in and out. Naeem's fine. He's a good player for us, and so I think it was more of that. And Obeng's been banged up too, so it's kind of which one's healthier than the other. So I think that's more the reason why we kept Obeng in there.
So you guys didn't have Felder today. What?
Yeah, he had an ankle. He hurt it during the week in practice, and just hasn't really. It's still swollen, so I wanted to hold him out.
Look, I guess his absence, what impact did that have on what you guys are able to kind of call variety-wise?
Yeah, I think anytime you lose a starting receiver, it probably has a little bit of an impact. He's a guy that's played a lot of football for us, and he wasn't out there. But I thought Gino made a couple plays out there and did some things, and that was good to see. But anytime you have a guy, but that's part of the sport. Injuries, and we need. That wasn't why we lost today. I can tell you that. Why we lost today was because Indiana coached and played better than us, and that's why we lost.
You said Allen's your best player, 12 catches. Is that what you want, or is there almost a concern where it's targeted too much instead of because of what?
We don't really, there's certain plays where we do target them, where the ball is definitely going to them, like on a reverse or, some of those look passes. But other than that, it's just a read of the route, wherever the read takes us, that's where we throw. So we don't feel like we're doing that too much with them. That's not our plan, unless it's like 4 or 5 plays that we have that we know that he needs to touch the ball, which that's something that we will continue to do. I mean, we had 4 guys catch balls. Usually we have 8 or 9. So that right there shows you that it wasn't a very good day for us, just overall.
And Bill, when Allen fell, wasn't he just kind of got the wind knocked out of him, fell on his back, or
I don't know. I think he slammed his back. I'm not sure yet on that one.
Coach, talk about next week. You got a sold out Beaver Stadium in Michigan coming up.
Say that again.
You got a sold out Beaver Stadium next week with Michigan coming up.
Oh yeah, I think it's fantastic to be able to come home and play a fantastic Michigan team, and Beaver Stadium. Look, we all feel bad about this loss, but we got about a 12 to 16-hour mourning period. Get over it and move on. We got a lot of football left, and give Indiana a lot of credit. They did a great job today.
Bill, quick pace offense gave you guys a little bit of trouble again today. What was the toughest part about defending Sudfeld and the rest of the offense that they presented?
No, they made plays. I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch the tape, but they have playmakers on their team, and they did a good job. We got to do a better job putting our guys in better positions. Starts with me. You're going to hear that refrain over and over again. I'm the head football coach. I've got to do a better job of putting these guys in better position on both sides of the ball and on special teams, and hopefully we'll do a better job next week.
Bill, do you get a sense when they were able to run the ball so effectively in the red zone, whether it was a 2-point conversion or a couple of short things with the backup QB, do you get a sense from what was going on there?
I think they went to a wildcat there and brought that quarterback in, and he did a good job. I think it was quarterback power, and those are tough plays to stop, and we weren't in position to make those plays, and we just had to do a better job there as a coaching staff and try to put our guys in better position there.
Well, you mentioned the 61 scholarships a couple of times. How would you characterize this game, or maybe the way you practiced, as a reflection of that?
I don't think that was, Mark, what I'm saying. I just think that I guess what I'm trying to say there is, because we practice hard, we hit, we really do. I mean, we practice hard, and I think what I'm saying is, this is just a football team that's working extremely hard with some really fantastic kids on it, and it is what it is, and I think these guys are working extremely hard to try to play as hard as they can, and I think that we coached very average today, and I think we can't coach average. this situation. We've got to coach better, and hopefully we'll do that next week.
Kind of open-ended, but how good is Allen right now? Some of the plays
Yeah, no, he's a really good player. He's 12 catches, 173 yards. You can't say enough about him. He plays hard. He plays hurt. He's on offense. He's our best player.
So can you talk about the decision to go for the 4th and 5 on Indiana's 26 on the first drive?
Yeah, I just felt like in this game, I just felt that it was going to come down to touchdowns, and so I felt like that was a play that we could have, we felt good about, and but probably hindsight being 20/20, probably should have kicked it there.
So do you expect to have Kaiser back next week?
Probably ask me better. I'll know better on Tuesday, Rich.
You got Mike Cole back today, help the defense out a little bit. What kind did you see from him on the field that was a little wet this long?
Yeah, I saw him make some plays. I gotta watch. It's hard from the field to watch it like that, but I saw him make some plays. He's a tough kid. He plays hurt. He's playing hurt. I mean, he's got the thing wrapped up and knee brace on over it. He's playing tough. And he's a fantastic kid. He's a great example of what we're all about, and he'll continue to play hurt. That's just the type of kid he is. I think he made some plays that he played hard.
So were you concerned about coming to the game about long snapping, considering the weather was high, you had a brand new face, Campbell Constantly?
Yeah, I wasn't that concerned about it, but obviously we didn't snap it well on that one field goal, and then I thought Zach Iodonis did a nice job, did a pretty decent job. I think we got to snap better on the field goals, but Ty Howell's our snapper, and he's a fantastic kid. He's a center and tough dude, and he'll snap better this week.
Thanks, Coach.